Good evening, everyone. My name is Maria Sarafoglou, and I want to welcome you in our discussion tonight, which will focus on protecting human capital in times of critical humanitarian emergencies. So we are gathered here with Mr. Nikos Salapataras, founder and CEO of Salas Group. It's a leading company in Greece in the sector of trade, storage, and development of emergency kits. A company that has developed deep knowledge in handling emergency situations, such as extreme weather phenomena, earthquakes, and armed conflicts. And Mr. Ashish Kandalwal, MD of BL Agro Industries Limited. So I would like to start with Mr. Salapataras. I understand that you have a profound expertise in dealing with emergencies. And based on your experience as an entrepreneur, you can inform us on the right and on-time confrontation of these urgent situations. So which are the biggest challenges we're facing in the humanitarian crisis on a global level?
Ms. Sarafoglou, thank you very much for your introduction and the question you addressed to me. It's my pleasure to be able to discuss about those crucial matters here at the Greek House Davos with such a global audience. First of all, please let me say a few words about Salas International Group and who we are. Salas International Group is the company which has undertaken the European humanitarian assistance programs for food and basic material assistance supplies, as developed and assigned by the Fund of European Aid to the most deprived. Our company has been commended by European officials for the management of these programs, and we have been characterized as the best European company in the field of kitting and distribution of humanitarian assistance. Since we operate always on time and efficiently with respect to the beneficiaries. As you can understand, this is beneficial for the beneficiaries, the Greek government, and the European Union. You mentioned the handling of emergency situation under the situation of extreme weather phenomena. I would like to point out, for those who don't know, that climate crisis is directly linked to the humanitarian crisis, especially in economically weaker countries, and it threatens to deepen inequalities, instability, and violence. Talking by experience, let me inform that the first 24 hours and the very first days are really crucial for the evolution of a humanitarian crisis. For example, before a couple of years ago in Greece, Mati, an extreme fire took place and 105 citizens died. A huge number of our fellow human has mobilized. People were sending tons of food which they had bought from the supermarket, like pasta, potatoes, rices, etc. Could we imagine what was the problem then? Those people whose houses were totally burnt, they didn't have any access to kitchen facility. Not only the affected people couldn't eat this proportion, but also all this food was a waste. In this point, Salas International Group intervenes intervenes with the food kits. We have a team of nutrition and specialized educate personnel who take care of the kit creation. It is not that simple as it seems to create a food kit and a hygiene kit which will cover the daily needs of someone. In Salas International Group, we have three pillars of operation. The first, we provide advisory services, experience and know-how to states which want to upgrade their services to deal with a humanitarian crisis. The second, we specialize in preparation to food kits, hygiene kits, education kits, and shelter kits for NGOs or global organizations, European Union, UN, etc., or local governments. We create a solution that aims to relieve the weak social groups based on their needs. And third, we undertake the entire management and consulting from A to Z to provide complete solution for private and multinational companies, charity foundations, and of course individuals who desire to provide humanitarian aid. Our aim here in Davos is to communicate the work of Salas Group in the field of humanitarian aid and to make contracts with governments, private companies, and charity foundations. Before any disaster, the state should consult experts like us who have the experience to help prepare the state properly or be already ready to deal with such situations and eliminate food waste.
Well, congratulations for your important work. We understand that you have a profound expertise in dealing with emergencies. So governments, as you said, charity foundations, individuals and private companies could use your help. So Mr. Salapataras, overall, as a conclusion, where do you think we must focus?
Thank you very much, Ms. Sarafoglou, for kind words. Indeed, our experience and notions in so crucial matters for our fellow men is present for all those you mentioned. In conclusion, what I would like to keep from this discussion today, apart from the work of Salas, is that unfortunately food waste is directly linked to humanitarian aid sector. The time was come to open a global dialogue about how food waste can be reduced when we need to help our fellow men. That's why we're here. Thank you very much.
We thank you. Please pass me the microphone. Well, Mr. Ashish Kandalwal,
yeah,
thank you for your participation also at the Greek House Davos. So in your opinion, which are the biggest challenges we're facing in the food sector today?
Well, wastage is the prominent challenge that we are facing today in food sector. On an average, we can say if we stop wastage, definitely we can feed and can create a buffer. So need to plan out how to manage the waste, food wastage. Yeah.
And how you have the know-how. So could you please share us the best way to tackle these challenges?
Well, first of all, we need to educate people not to waste food. That is the biggest challenge. And that can be through various government projects, educations, and majorly when we say education, it is needed that when kids are at school, they should be educated for not wasting in food and help others without wasting food. Yeah.
So education is number one.
Yeah.
Could you share with us at least 3 other policy areas, or maybe 2, where international cooperation and coordination is critical in order to address these disruptions and distortions?
Yeah, through free trade policies and maybe by increasing or by reducing the use of pesticides and fertilizers. Definitely, yes.
And how, in your opinion, can we ensure that the food supply chain is continuing, is protected by natural disasters, for example?
Could you please?
Yes. The security of the food supply chain, for example. How do we ensure that there is security in the food supply chain that people need?
Well, transportation. Good transportation is the first priority because we need to transport perishable food fast. So definitely need to address that particular problem.
And could you share your future plans?
Well, in BL Agro, we are creating a platform from where we will be educating farmers how to farm and improve their overall productivity. Then from their farm, we pick up or we gather all material and send it to various production plants, or if they are perishable, they need to reach their destination within 24 hours. So, and then again the network so that you can distribute it well. That is all.
I don't know if you want to say something as a conclusion.
So, as in conclusion, definitely would love to say that we need to save wastage of food.
I can rephrase that. Which do you think will be the most challenging emergency that the world will face in the short-term future?
Definitely, we need to look into war. There should be no war. And right now, we are facing a very crucial moment, the war between Russia and Ukraine, that need to be addressed well on time, because we see a lot many grains would be in crisis because of Ukraine and Russian war. I think Ukraine is the biggest producer of wheat, and it is definitely going to be scarce this year. Again, we go to oil segment, sunflower. 35 or 40% of the world sunflower production is from Ukraine, and that is again is going to be short this year. So definitely, yes, we need to address that and need to finish the war. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you all.
चलो स्टार्ट हो गया शुरुआत हुई